Hey everybody, welcome back to Transformations by Tiffany. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about how to do life with people that don't do or believe the same as you do. I have 6 points here that I would like for you guys to think about and pray about before you go into that situation. This is for things that are not, or I guess are biblically sound decisions, meaning they don't go against Christ. And so these are things like homeschool or different denominations in the family and things like that. We're not going to get into the really heavy subjects, and we all know what those are. We're not going to get into those right now. But the things that I'm talking about are not going against Christ in any way. And so how do we navigate those things? Well, we love these people that are in our family, and we want to get along. We want to figure things out. So how do we navigate this road? So these 6 points, I just want you to think about them and pray about them before you enter this holiday season. And maybe they'll help you and your family to navigate this territory here. The first one is sometimes it feels like judgment. And this is on both sides. I'll give you an example. When my husband and I first decided to homeschool, this was huge for us. It was one of our first major stepping out by faith situations. This was something new to our family. This was regarding my children. And all of these things are you have very powerful opinions about. On the other side, the ones looking in, they have huge emotions and feelings on this subject as well. And that's okay. But how do you navigate that? How can you lovingly navigate that? Which brings us to the next point. We need to talk. Communication is key here. And how we communicate is just as important. You don't want to speak to them in a judgmental or critical way. If someone feels like you're judging them or criticizing them, they're going to shut down. There's going to be a wall there. And it's going to be very difficult to break that wall down and regain that relationship. So instead of being accusing and saying things like, I'm so worried about your kids. Her kids are not going to have the skills and the learning that they're going to need. They're not going to know how to communicate. They're in the house all the time. She's just being lazy. She should send them off. How can she possibly teach them kids? How? She can't do that. That's very hurtful. And those statements are not full of a lot of wisdom. In most cases, anyway. So, somebody's doing something different. Sit down and talk to them about it. Lovingly. Hey, tell me about this situation. What made you make this decision? And can you tell me, what does this look like in a day? What does your day look like? What kind of curriculum do you use? Those things, in a gentle way, gives you wisdom. It makes the other person feel like you care and that you love them. And even in the end of that conversation, if you don't agree, is it biblically sound or is it doctrine? The Bible doesn't say Thou shalt not homeschool. Thou shalt not put your child in public school. Thou shalt not put your child in private school. Thou shalt join this denomination. So is it something against Christ, or is it more of an opinion? If it's more of just an opinion, be very careful. If it's not something as huge as salvation, be very careful. Love them. Try to understand. Did God send them on that path? If so, that's between them and Christ. Pray for them. Pray God will help them. Try to understand. You help them. Hey, is there a field trip that I can go on with you so I can kind of see how your day looks? Or is there a subject that maybe I can help with? I'm good at this. Can I come and help you with it? Can I look at your curriculum? I'm just curious of how that works. Those in a gentle tone and a loving spirit, they're going to let you in. And you're going to understand. And instead of, Lord, you got to do something about this. This is not okay. These kids are not going to know how to talk, and they're going to be scared to death of the sun. I've heard all of those jokes and all those comments. But let me tell you, this is what we do in a day. This is where my kids do school, and this is the curriculum that we use. And do we do EOGs? Yeah, and their EOGs are going great. We go on field trips. We have play dates. We have co-ops. You know, they're going to be happy to talk to you. So be gentle. Ask questions gently and lovingly. And listen to learn and not to respond. The next is, there is fear in not understanding something. There's fear in people doing things different or looking different or acting different because we don't understand. Don't let that fear hurt other people. And again, this is for things that are not against Christ. And let's give each other, this is something that God has been working on me. Let's give learning grace. Understand that people don't understand everything that you're doing and the reasons that you're doing it. So give them a little grace. Next is, what is the most important thing? That she has on a skirt and you have on pants? Is that really that important? Or she homeschools and you public school? Maybe she has 10 kids and you only have 2. Maybe they believe in celebrating Hanukkah and you believe in celebrating Christmas. Are those things eternal? Is it going to dictate heaven versus hell, meaning salvation? Just love on each other. If it's not going against something that Christ said not to do, then try to understand each other. Give each other learning grace. And try to make it work. Maybe spend a little time at their house the week of Hanukkah. Maybe they can spend a little bit of time at your house during Christmas. It doesn't mean you have to convert. It means you love them. It's not biblical. If God says, don't do it, then don't do it. But if it's a variation in opinion, then give each other learning grace. Talk to each other. Figure out how to navigate this. God didn't mean us all to be exactly the same. There's going to be points in our life that we're going to see things maybe a little different. And that's okay, so long as it's not against Christ. I hope these things helped you. I hope that you are doing well and that you are super excited about Christmas like I am. I hope that you can work with someone that you know and figure out together, very lovingly, how to navigate what works for you and them. I hope you have a good week. Purpose today. I would love for you to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Until next time, take good care. Bye, guys.